In a quiet village nestled in the heart of rural Kenya, there lived a man named Kamande, known far and wide for his unwavering principles and devout religious beliefs. Kamande was a well-respected elder in his community, a man whom people turned to for guidance and wisdom. He had built his life around the church, serving as a deacon, and was often seen as a beacon of morality. Kamande's wife, Mama Joy, was a humble woman dedicated to her family and the church. Together, they had raised 4 children, all of whom had grown into responsible adults. Their eldest son, Joy, was following in Kamande's footsteps, studying theology in Nairobi, while their younger children excelled in their studies. But Kamande harbored a secret so dark and controversial that it threatened to shatter the very foundation of his carefully curated life. For years, Kamande had been living a double life. By day, he was the pious deacon, but by night, he was involved in a secretive relationship with Wairimu, a young woman in the village. Wairimu was half Kamande's age, vibrant and full of life, and she had been captivated by Kamande's charisma and authority. Despite his position in the church, Kamande could not resist the allure of this forbidden relationship. Kamande had managed to keep this affair hidden from everyone, including Mama Joy. He would meet Wairimu in secret, away from prying eyes, in the cover of darkness. Their relationship was a volatile mix of passion and secrecy, with Wairimu demanding more and more of Kamande's time and affection. The situation reached a boiling point when Wairimu, tired of being kept in the shadows, made an ultimatum. She wanted Kamande to leave his wife and marry her, threatening to expose their affair if he refused. Kamande, torn between his obligations to his family and his deep feelings for Wairimu, was thrust into a dilemma. Meanwhile, rumors began to circulate in the village. Mama Joy noticed the whispers and sideways glances but chose to ignore them, putting her faith in Kamande's integrity. However, the tension in their household grew palpable, and the once peaceful home became a place of unspoken anxieties and suspicions. One Sunday morning, as Kamande stood at the pulpit delivering a sermon on fidelity and righteousness, a figure appeared at the entrance of the church. It was Wairimu, her face flushed with determination. The congregation turned to see her standing there, holding an infant in her arms. The resemblance to Kamande was unmistakable. The church fell into stunned silence as Wairimu walked down the aisle, her eyes locked on Kamande. She stopped in front of the pulpit, holding the child out for everyone to see. The weight of her unspoken accusation hung heavy in the air. Kamande's hands trembled as he gripped the lectern, his carefully maintained facade crumbling before him. The congregation, once filled with reverence, was now filled with shock, betrayal, and anger. Mama Joy, seated in the front row, looked on in horror, her world collapsing in an instant. Unable to bear the scrutiny of his community, Kamande fled the church, leaving everything behind: his family, his faith, and the respect he had once commanded. The village was thrown into turmoil, divided between those who pitied him and those who condemned him. Wairimu's child was proof of Kamande's infidelity, and the scandal that ensued shook the village to its core. Mama Joy, devastated and humiliated, was left to pick up the pieces of her shattered life. She found herself the subject of gossip and ridicule, struggling to come to terms with the betrayal. Kamande, now an outcast, wandered aimlessly, grappling with the consequences of his actions. His fall from grace was swift and brutal, and he became a cautionary tale, a reminder of the dangers of living a double life. In the end, Kamande's story is one of morality, sin, and the human condition. It's a tale of how one man's weakness led to his downfall and how the truth, no matter how deeply buried, will always find its way to the surface.